Hello, and welcome to episode 85 of We Have Issues. I'm Anthony.
And I'm Stevie Wildcard.
And every week, Stevie Wildcard and I get together and we do our best to just get rid of all of our issues and make something creative in the world. Most recently, it's been a supernatural action comedy comic called Deathless, and Steven, we're kicking butt with it. You did something amazing, Steven. Steven, this week, you did something that's like... that blew my mind and has been like getting everyone's attention and everyone seems to love it and it's a huge deal and I can't believe we didn't do this sooner, Steven. Steven, how did you and I launch a Kickstarter for this comic book? Hang on, Steven, between the two of us, now we are seasoned professionals, my friend. We have been doing this for 20 years. We've been trying to do this and we haven't learned the very simple lesson that like people judge books by the cover, Steven. We were like...
The very cover.
Okay, so this week, Steven, you made a cover, and I think it's beautiful. It's right here, Steven, like...
Right here, just in case it's on me.
How do you feel about your cover, dude?
I think it's one of the, like, single best pieces of artwork I've ever created, personally.
So, there's the cover. Dude, I agree. It's one of the single best pieces you've ever created, for sure.
I mean, because, like, most of my pieces, you can basically tell where I like was into it and then like lost interest and did less and less detail around, you know. But with this book, I've been more consistent on every page where I like basically push it every panel. But this cover, it was one of those very, I mean, like I think the Sphinx alone was like an hour and a half, 2 hours. So like,
it shows like that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell you. You say it's even all around, but that Sphinx is the like upper lip of a Napoleon Dynamite's drawing. That like you took several hours on that like Pharaoh Sphinxy looking character.
The Sphinx, I would say the Sphinx and the Angel got the most love.
Yeah, no, dude, it's beautiful. I love that.
Sure.
I love that cover so much. It's like it is like definitely one of my favorite things you've ever drawn. For like it's so much fun. It was exactly like, and you did the thing with the eyes and found a perfect brush for it to save our lives.
That brush was like amazing because like I said when Play It Again, like this is just my awkward going into using the digital medium and just not knowing that craft as well as some other people do. But going in, like when I colored Play It Again, which I did color digitally, like every glow effect in Play It Again is literally 2 layers. So it's literally like an airbrush green with an airbrush white that's slightly smaller to kind of create that lightsaber glow, basically. Yeah. But then I was like, man, it's going to be really tricky to do wavy.
Are we allowed to say lightsaber, or will like Disney eat us?
George Lucas is going to sue somebody.
I don't want to get attacked by George Lucas.
But see, the thing is, George Lucas, and then someone smacked him, and he's like, "Keep my name." No, but anyways, got interrupted before we can even get sued by George Lucas. But anyways, well, Disney going to sue somebody. But anyways,
okay. Will Smith, I'm going to let you finish, but Kanye had one of the best interruptions of all time. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so like that laser brush that I found like literally creates that energy look, but I can kind of calligraphy pen it, if that makes any sense, where I can like pull up and push down and twist and wave my wrist and kind of create those like
you can bibbity bobbity boop the
exactly like, and like dude, like literally that part like looks like the most crazy, and that literally took me 15 seconds. I'm not even joking. Like I literally like use that brush and like literally first attempt I just followed it and I was like, oh yeah, I'm feeling this.
And like anyone who sees that page, it like the lighting effect beautifully ties the concept of the comic and just ties the room together as a whole. Like it looks so good to bring the characters so you can see that they're all kind of sharing some this energy and a sense. And of course when you read the book it makes more sense, but seeing it on the cover it's just beautiful. Dude, so that's amazing. Did you end up getting anything else done for the book this week?
No, I like that cover really took a lot out of me, so I actually just like kind of took like a mile.
Steven's a huge failure, everyone. Failure. Look at Steven fail. I just like if you're doing the math, if you've never watched our podcast before, know that I've never failed once. Steven every single week.
I mean, in all actuality, you're responsible for 88% of that cover because you're the one that figured out switching it from purple to red. So
listen, I nailed that cover. I don't know what I did. I love you. It's so funny, but no, it looks really good. I love that cover. I got a lot done too this week. Like I'm so happy with like every time I finish a page that's like a lot of characters, I'm like, oh yes, I might get back to a page where it's just one character again, which is so nice.
It's gonna be amazing.
The book is looking so great. I'm so happy for it, and like I'm so excited for everyone to read it. But we do have other books to talk about and stuff, Steven. We have a guest of the show, everyone. We have a guest on today, and I'm excited because it's someone we've actually met in person, and we actually like his work, and it's pretty cool. It's gonna be fun to talk to him. All right, everyone, welcome Edwin Decastro. So we have issues.
Hey guys, how are you?
What's up, Edwin? It's nice to see you, dude. So
Nice to see y'all too, man.
Edwin is the writer-creator of Lost Between Worlds, a comic book which Steve and I have both read and loved, and is now going on the second issue. Has just launched on Kickstarter. The Kickstarter is live now, so if you as of this episode, you can go and check it out. The links are all below, so go check that out. But we'll be talking to Edwin to learn about the comic. So what's up, dude? How's it going so far?
Pretty good, man. Excited. Yeah, I don't know if you saw the post I made literally like a few hours ago. Kickstarter chose us for projects we love. So yeah, it's been going
Oh,
good.
that's awesome, dude.
Heck yeah, man. I mean,
and that-
I feel like you're throwing shade at us because that happened was the first time, but not the second time, and I feel like they stopped loving us. They were like,
Well, I'm the opposite. For my first time, it didn't happen. So we're here for the second one.
Dude, that's amazing, though. I'm so freaking happy for you. Like
They straight up were like, I don't want to play with you anymore, and just throw us to the side. So.
We're like, yeah, we gave you a freebie the first time. Now you're on your own.
Oh man, dude, that's so cool though. Like I was so excited when I saw that launch. I was just like, I gotta get in there. And you have some really cool tiers. So for anyone who's watching us right now, go check it out. You have some really cool tiers. You can become a zombie, which is what I did. Steven, I'm gonna be a
too,
zombie.
dude. I did too. So can we be zombies together? Please, please,
Oh, dude,
please.
of course.
Hang on,
Of
hang
course.
on.
That's a given.
Awesome.
That's a given.
I have to tell you, okay, I will accept that, and I love that, and I want that so bad. Let me just tell you really quick an update on my life and how adorable my life has been recently, because this show is about me. I don't know if you know this.
Let's do it.
Me. No, okay.
Enter Anthony's world.
So anyone who's been like following my Twitter knows that like I've been like jumping into Kickstarters and just kind of being like, I need this to work, you know, just like so I talk about it constantly. So like I've been talking to my girlfriend about Kickstarters, and so I mentioned yours. I was like, I love Edwin so much, I need this Kickstarter to like kill it, you know. And so she was like, well, which tier did you get? And I was like, I got one where you get to be a zombie. And she literally just stopped and she was like, me too. I was like, wait, what? I was like, yes. She is the coolest, most supportive person in the world. So now, Steven, myself, and my girlfriend are all going to be zombies in your book, and I'm so excited for this.
Edwin,
awesome,
I want you
man.
to draw her at least 10 feet away from us, though. Like,
Just-
I feel like she's putting a wedge in between, and like, I need to be like in the mid. No, I'm just kidding. You can do whatever you want.
Can
but-
you draw? I want the artist to render my girlfriend with a Yoko Ono shirt on. We're just tearing the band apart.
Yeah,
she's
I'll
she's
totally
literally
do
the
it.
sweetest.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I met her at the con. She's amazing. I didn't
she's
mention
incredible.
that to tell her thank you for me.
Yeah, dude, I'm so excited though. So we met. So Steve and I at our very first convention, which you can see a picture of here, got to meet Edwin and your lovely better half, and it was, dude, that was so much fun. It was so great to be able to actually like meet you after like spending so much time talking on Twitter and kind of like, you know, growing as friends and stuff. And like it's so cool to like see you working the booth like that. I will say that like you're one of the coolest guys I've ever met in my life, and I'll always remember that I turned the corner in the convention and literally heard you just talking up our show to a complete stranger. It's like
Operating his own booth and selling us, basically.
yeah, so like I turned the corner and you're literally talking to a stranger, telling them to go check out our show and our book, and I was like, he's gonna be my friend for the rest of my life. This is awesome. I can't believe this happened. So I was just like,
Yeah, so you know it's natural.
yeah, dude, like it's so cool. I mean, that's all we want to do is like build up
And
community and stuff. So.
Edwin, if memory serves, because Anthony's memory is impeccable. He remembers every life event, everything. Like he's a walking like just computer, basically. Me, on the other hand, I feel like I'm gonna have dementia very young. So like, but if memory serves, our first encounter was my Final Fantasy. Was it the Sephiroth Kefka post, or was it another Final Fantasy post?
No, it was that exact one. You were
That's-
asking I think it was like who makes the better villain, just because you were like wanting to sketch something and, you know, just socialize with people. And yeah, that was where we first interacted.
For sure. And it like literally took off, which is awesome. Like, you know, because sometimes those friendships like just become like you know, like you share likes back and forth. But that was actually like one of the friend, like it was like a friendship that started off so like simple, and then like yeah, like we got to meet you, we got to like, you know, like invest in each other's projects and just become like friends. And it's really awesome that like something simple like that can happen. So people on Twitter just engage with people, because you never know who's out there that's like meant to be in your circle. You know what I'm saying? If that makes any sense.
All right, enough with the pleasantries. Let's get to the hard-hitting interview. Let's get it. Like, now we're like, oh, he's our friend. Let's destroy his heart. No, okay, Steven, I do have some questions, though. I have some questions that I have to ask him, like, because we're creators and he's a creator and, like, we're all best friends, but I think we should ask him some questions to get to know him.
Absolutely.
Right? Okay. Bring it on. Okay, let's do this. All right, Edwin, question the first. What were 3 of your favorite cartoons growing up?
Ooh. Easily number 1, Ninja Turtles. Number 2 would be Hey Arnold. Number 3, let's see. Let's throw in, just off the top of my head, Dexter's Laboratory. I love
those. Are all great shows. I mean, like, it's weird. Like, I would never have claimed like Hey Arnold was one of my favorites, but like when Anthony asked that question, for some reason that was the first show that popped into my head was Hey Arnold. I don't know why, but
that's funny.
On that same
yeah, isn't that weird?
Yeah. Well, for me, I feel like Hey Arnold was like half a generation up to, like, that would have been what Doug was for me. Like, I watched Hey Arnold too, but like Doug was my version of that, where it was like a character that I related to, who was like a really like low key kind of guy, you know, just like really cool, humble guy trying to do his best and dealing with whatever life, you know, is dealing with. But I love Doug because he was, you know, comic book artist and like just nerd.
It's true, yeah. I love Doug
Quail
too.
Man.
Doug, I think Doug was really cool slice of life growing up, because at least to me it seemed he was a bit older than Arnold. I could be wrong on that. But what I liked about Arnold is how, like, you got stories about everyone else, like the whole neighborhood and all these strange weirdos that lived in the town and stuff. I love that.
Absolutely. Again, Arnold, like as a Florida boy, especially like from Cape Coral. It's not that Cape Coral is not a city, but like it's not like that type of city. You know what I'm saying? It's not New York City by any means. And to see like how, like, I don't know, like it was really cool. It was like a peek into the life that I'll never live, basically. And yeah, there's a lot of interesting.
Not with that attitude, Steven. You can be Stoop Boy. You can be Stoop Boy. I don't know what.
Boy never leaves.
Love it.
So
me and my girlfriend sing the Ronnie Matthews song like literally all the time. She even had it as her ringtone. That I saw your face and wow, oh my god, all the time.
That's awesome. I love, like, I think about that stuff all the time. Okay, so how do you feel? Because like you guys are both you know, happily in relationships and such. Like, how do you feel as far as like watching the same things, you're being inspired by similar things as your significant other? Like, do you guys get to bond over like songs and stuff like that? Like, you know, like, do you have any like major differences? Or
oh yeah, we got plenty. What's kind of funny is I like to show her, you know, shows and movies I'm into. She eventually gets into it, but at first she's so against it. She used to be like, you know, cartoons are for kids and blah, blah, blah. But then I would show her some stuff that she just couldn't help but like. And now she's a bit more receptive. But yeah, like for a while, she was just like, I don't want to watch that. That's always so what you always want to watch. But yeah, she ends up loving it. And yeah, we related a lot through it.
That's awesome, dude. Like, well, when we met her, I mean, I of course, but like when we met her, she was like talking about animes, and I was like, I was like, this is so much fun. Like, everyone gets to like relate, and we're all talking about all this stuff. And I was like, must be nice, guys. I'm kidding. I was like early on in my relationship situation. Now I'm a seasoned veteran in this relationship. I don't know if you guys know this, but like I'm equal to where you guys are relationship wise.
He went to the hyperbolic time chamber and spent 2 days in there, which was 2 years. So
no, I took several hearts, like Grinch hearts, like 3 sizes too big, and I put them around my ankles, and I weighted myself down like Goku, and I trained in the art of relationships.
Yeah, dude.
I took them off, and now I'm just as powerful as Steven. I can't help it.
You know what's funny? Speaking of DBZ, like that was the one anime that even as I started getting her to watch anime, she's like, I'll never watch that. And I myself was like, yeah, I'll probably never get her to watch it. But I don't know what it was. This one day, everything just magically clicked where she started watching it. We literally watched all of Dragon Ball Z Kai. We watched Dragon Ball Super. She's seen some of the movies. I was like, dang, we made it. We made it.
I think, but dude, can I be honest? Because Tina and I were together for probably 7 or 8 years before she finally decided to like digest Dragon Ball. And I think it's Kai, dude. I think DBZ Kai trims it enough and simplifies it enough to where the story beats are quicker. Because like I actually started watching Dragon Ball Z Kai again with my kids. And like, dude, I remember Snake Way being much longer than it is in Kai. Like Goku's on Snake Way for like an episode and a half. But like when we watched it, it was like he talks to the snake woman, he falls into hell, he has to, you know, beat the guys down in hell, he does, like, there's all these things that happen, like all that's cut out. But we actually had to stop watching it because Chase, my 4-year-old, she was kind of a little sick and she was just in a weird emotional mood. But like the way Piccolo was treating Gohan, like after Raditz killed Goku, like she was like sobbing. She's like, I just want Gohan to go home. Like, and she was like so upset. And like we had to just stop watching because it was like breaking her little 4-year-old heart. Like it was so funny. Why is he so mean to him? It's so funny.
That's so sweet.
And I was like trying to tell her, like, this is the greatest. Like this, what Piccolo and Gohan eventually have is the greatest.
You need this. Learn. You should have just trained her. You should have just thrown her in the pit and just been like, now it's time.
She's gonna wake up this weekend. I'm gonna throw. She's like, oh my god. I'm like, now, you know, fight for your life. There's no one
so
here for you.
Okay. Back to our interview,
Yeah,
Steven. Okay, Edwin. How long have you been writing? And like, did you start with comics? Have you written other sort of medium? Like, have you worked on other stuff?
I started writing, I don't know my exact age, but I was probably like 5 or 6, literally writing like fan fictions about like Mega Man and Ninja Turtles. I used to write in colored pencils, so like Donatello's purple, Michelangelo's arm. I used to be so cheesy about it. And then like in middle school, it transitioned to kind of my writing like fan movies. Like I wrote a whole movie of a Nightmare on Elm Street back in like 8th grade. So yeah, I just wrote a lot of fan fiction. Finally started taking it a bit more serious in high school where I started writing like short stories. And then, yeah, I don't know, I gave up the writing life for a while because I was like, it's so hard to get into writing as a career. I was thinking big term when I shouldn't have, where I was like, yeah, it's like, no one's going to want to read my books and things like that. Who reads anymore these days? So I kind of just, at one point, combined both my loves of writing, films and shows and things. And I was like, yo, comics is kind of a good medium to combine them, because with comics, when you're thinking of panels and stuff, it's almost like being a director. You have to think of what's in the frame,
storyboarding,
like
yeah.
So it's kind of like an organic, yeah.
Yep, comics are the cheapest way to produce a film, basically. I mean, that's basically what they are. Like, they're just,
I don't know, dude. Like, I mean, that's true, but they can also do things that movies can't do.
Absolutely stylized, especially stylized things. Like,
yeah,
you know,
exactly. So I absolutely love them, dude. But no, that's I think a lot of us get into it that way, where it's like we realize the potential in comics. But you don't draw your own comics, right? Like you write and then you send off to an artist. How was that process like? And like, what would you suggest for people who are in the shoes that you were once in, who are like inspired and wanting to write stuff but can't necessarily draw on their own?
For me, it was just about finding the people. I found them actually through Reddit. I think every single one of my artists was through Reddit. And yeah, it's just measuring not measuring, but checking out the portfolios, making sure you don't rush into like the first thing you see, just decide what works with you, and then just communication is key with your team, and just go for it. Like, it's a matter of just going for it. A lot of people get so, you know, like scared of just trying, scared of putting their material out there, but you never know until you try. That's the biggest thing I always tell people. Never know until you try. If you don't, you might end up regretting it like years later.
Oh yeah, man.
I mean, that's what we're doing. Basically, we're just going for it and just improving as we go, basically. Why, like, you can't just like go ahead and drop your, like, you know, masterpiece like on the world. Like, you can't just wait and build up and then drop this like bomb of like fictional like chop suey that's just gonna, like, you know, blow everyone's minds. Like, you just gotta just do it. You're gonna get the most experience from just doing it, right? So
oh yeah, dude. So how did you land on Lost Between Worlds as being like, this is your first comic book that you've published, right? Or do you have
Yeah, this is my first. Yeah.
Okay. How did you land on this one? Like, I'm sure you probably have a bunch of ideas like the rest of us, right?
For me, it was kind of like an idea I had for a while, ever since watching Death Note. Like, at one point I had a theory, not a theory, more like I guess it is kind of a theory, but there's this one moment in Death Note, I don't know if you guys seen it, where Light is asking Ryu to Shinigami about like their purpose in life, and he says he doesn't remember because they've lived so long that now they just kind of kill people just to continue living. Because in that show, the lore is basically they can see a person's lifespan, and when they kill them, their remaining lifespan is like transferred to them, so that's how they can continue living. So that always triggered my mind, like their purpose had to have been basically like Grim Reapers, you know, like before they just kill people when their time is up, right? That's why they can see their lifespan. So I don't know, that kind of just always triggered a thought. A rabbit hole formed during the pandemic where I was doing Postmates and things like that. I had plenty of time waiting for food, driving, ideas would come in my head, and I'm like, oh, let me write that down. And so, yeah, I just kept going from there.
Heck yeah, man. What do you have planned for Lost Between Worlds? Like, do you have the whole story planned? Is it like an ongoing that you'd like to see go like a million issues, like every Marvel book? Or is it like a finite story that you have an ending in mind for?
I have a finite ending for it. Basically, in the first issue, it's kind of foreshadowed that there's like a 24-hour time period that's kind of confirmed with the next issue. So what I want to do is have it 25 issues total, counting the first issue, it ended up being hour 0. Because that doesn't fit into the 24-hour time frame. It's kind of like, it's issue 1, but it's also like a prequel in a way.
It's the moment that sets it all off, right? Basically.
Exactly, yeah.
So it's like not hour 1, it's, yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's really
cool.
So
the total should be 25.
That's awesome. Do you have... I can't, dude. I love it. I'm sure everyone's like who watches this will want to see it. Obviously, can you see these? I don't know if you can see.
Oh, I just saw them. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, man. So like, yeah, we have these books. I'm pretty sure my tier is gonna give me more copies of this. But like, dude, I love the book. I thought it was so great. I'm sure everyone else is gonna be really interested. It's a really cool concept. It's really well executed too. Is there any chance of you doing like a day 2 situation where like you continue the story in the future, or do you want to like go on to new worlds and different things that you have going on?
I do have ideas for like other complete different series, but if I do want to continue the world, like if it goes big and people want to see more, I have ideas too. Like I want to kind of introduce more Grim Reapers. You're going to see eventually throughout the issues. It's not going to be just Gwen, you know, some are going to be helping her. Some might have their own agendas, whatever it is. So I feel like with all the characters I have planned, like we can have them do other things.
Oh yeah. Yeah, dude. So right now, what are like your biggest issues and like hindrances when you're trying to write and get stuff done? Like what gets in the way? When do you write? What's your like process actually like? Do you have to write in complete silence? Do you like have music on? What do you do?
I actually just throw on like a random movie usually just to have something to kind of look at like for 2-3 minutes whenever I kind of stumble on what I'm writing or can't think of something. And sometimes they even inspire ideas. So yeah, I usually just throw on a movie. As far as like hindrances and things like that, in terms of writing, I don't have any. But there was kind of one weird one that sparked the whole thing with the first issue. So I didn't have the bonus version yet by the time we guys met at the con. I don't think either of you guys have it. I would love to send it to you. But I have a completely different version of issue 1, right? It's a whole different art style. The whole reason why that happened is because my original artist, his name is Mac Radwanski. He's the one who did that version. That was actually going to be the original incarnation of Lost Between Worlds. But there was a moment where like he wasn't communicating back. It was like about almost a month of like lack of communication. Where I was starting to get worried, and I was like, oh man, like, are we gonna still be able to do this? I don't know. So I started looking up like other artists because I was like, it's not too deep into the project to kind of start over. So I found the artist, we started working on it. Finally, Mac messaged me back. He was having kind of health issues, so I was like, okay, I kind of get it. Like, I wish he would respond earlier, but whatever, I get it. So it kind of was like, well, now I have 2 comics for him, right? So should I keep 2 or should I stop 1? I decided, you know what, maybe it's kind of a unique idea to keep both going. So that way it's like, oh, I have an alternate reality, right? Where in this version, it's the same events, but just some little differences here and there. And the idea would be that every issue after that would have a different art style. So it's kind of like helping out artists, you know, put their name out there, working for a lot of different people. And I just thought it'd be a cool idea. For now, it's been put on hold because I wanted to kind of keep things simple with the second issue since I have a baby coming soon. But it's an idea I want to come back to.
Very cool, dude. I was actually gonna bring that up because I was like, you say you don't have many hindrances with the writing. How do you imagine that it's gonna be with like the new baby and stuff? Do you think you're gonna be able to carve time out and get stuff done, or you know, like how's that hustle gonna work with the baby? It's tough.
I feel like inserting the Bo Burnham laugh from his like most recent special. like you know, like because like newborns are so demanding. Like they're wonderful, and I love them, and they're amazing, but they are so demanding.
Don't let Steven lie to you. Don't let Steven lie to you. It's great. It is great, but like holy crap, man! Like it was so tough for me. Like I wrote my novel when like Atlas was a baby, like when he was like first born, and it was like little sections of time when he was napping, and it was like barely. It was like exhausted. But it was like, do you have like a plan set up where you're like, I mean, obviously you have like a really great partner and stuff, but you know, what do you fear? Like, what do you think might happen?
Well, for now, I'm almost done writing issue 3, so at least I have that kind of buffer, you know, so we can just message with the artist and get that going. As for issue 4, I don't have an idea yet. I kind of just currently planning on like maybe trying to work with the missus and see like if, hey, can we find one day or like a stretch of some hours where I can kind of do what I need. I don't know. We'll talk it out. But yeah, for now, there's no plan. Just the issue 3 is the buffer. We have the advice mostly done.
It all depends on the baby. So like Cambria, my firstborn, she like stopped napping after 5 months. Like she was like, I'm done with this napping thing. I'm never gonna nap again. And like even in daycare, she never napped. She was just not a napper. But my secondborn, like Chase, she would literally take 2-3 hour naps a day. So like any days that it was like, you know, like Tina's at work and I'm home with Chase, like easy mode. I would just put her in her crib and she would pass out for 3 hours and I could do whatever I want. So just hope you have a baby that's not, you know, wants to nap.
Make the right baby, Edwin. Like, did you do a good job or a bad job? That's what's like.
When you went to the baby store, did you?
You go to Build-A-Bear and you say, "I want the baby package," right? Isn't that how this works, Steven? That's what you said to me.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did.
I got my child at Build-A-Bear. Are you not supposed to go to Build-A-Bear and grab children? Like that's what I got mine. So your next issue of Lost Between Worlds is it's live now on Kickstarter. It's a project that they love and rightfully so. It's freaking awesome. I can't wait for people to see it. What would you want people to know about it? Who like maybe they missed issue 1. Like what do you think people should know to get them interested in this world and the book and like want to continue to read it?
How about this book but explains that there's actually an apocalypse happening. The first one kind of foreshadowed it, but this one confirms it. So I think readers might be interested on like what this apocalypse is, the details on it, like what's Gwen gonna do, how she's gonna react. We're introducing new characters, so what's their story? What's their role in the whole process, the whole story? So I feel like those are some of the things to look forward to. The first issue had no action because we kind of want to do like a character-driven thing. Yeah, you hear that, right? You want me to?
No, I'll tell you what just happened. It's embarrassing and hilarious. I'll tell you what just happened. So I was seeing a reflection in Edwin's glasses and I was like, oh, is someone watching TV? And then like, so I was like, through time, I was like, what are they trying to watch? And I had like,
you know, it's funny. It's a reference to like that post I made where I was like, how do you avoid lens flare? I happen
dude,
all the time.
So I can't see. I just take my glasses off altogether.
So no, dude, but it's hilarious because I was like, I'm sitting here trying to guess. I'm like, what is it? New Girl? Is it Friends? Is it New Girl? And it's me. It's me. I'm seeing myself. I'm like, what is this show? And I just noticed it when I moved my hands in the like I saw my own gesticulation in the glasses and I was like, oh, it's this guy. So
it's
anyway,
the best shows. We have issues.
It was so funny. That was so funny. It's embarrassing, but that's so funny.
There's your intro for the episode.
Oh yeah, man.
But like it's so I mean, an apocalypse is happening. That's got to be like pretty crazy for the realm of death, right? I mean, the realm of death, like during the apocalypse, like that's like a lot of souls to ferry, right? I mean, that's where my head's immediately going is like there's probably going to be like so many entities just trying to, right? Or maybe I don't know.
I don't want to give away too many details.
Exactly.
It's an apocalypse that's definitely gonna affect both the world of the living and the dead.
Awesome.
That's why like everyone's kind of like, oh, what the hell? Like we need to do something about this. It's not like, oh, humans, let them handle it on their own. No, like the Grim Reapers have to do something or else they're screwed as well.
Mm-hmm. 3 times the amount of work. No one wants that. I'm out.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm already working triple shifts. Okay?
Right? They're gonna have one of those like handwritten notes just on the ferry boat. That's just like no one works anymore. We all went home. We all quit. Like just
River Styx is full. People back up. It's too much.
But dude, this is super exciting though. Let me think. All right, we talked about that. We talked about the book. We made sure people wanted to read the book.
I love that you just John Mulaney did put your hands on your hips like that. What else do we want to talk about?
What else do we want to talk about? Dude, I am a muppet of a person, Steven. I
just wanted to like, bring focus to that, basically. I accepted it, but I'm like, maybe the audience won't just accept this.
You know what, Steven? They will accept what you tell them to. Not what I do.
I was about to say, like, you guys are flawless. I think you guys could do anything, and they're like, yo, we love it.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's maybe. So silly. I'm glad you
I should push that boundary.
It's so cool. How did you actually? I should ask you that. Like, how did you originally find the show? Did you see us on Twitter and like just watch?
me and Steven, like we were talking earlier, we just kind of met through that Final Fantasy post.
Yeah.
I think I eventually just saw that you guys were also working on a comic, which got me like totally intrigued to check your stuff out, and yeah, just grew from there.
Oh, cool, man. Yeah, dude, it's so crazy because like we're constant. Like I personally, my most recent issue has become I've taken that leap from like simply doing the things that like with the show that we want to do or that I want to do, and now I'm becoming more and more concerned when things aren't getting views or aren't getting likes, and I'm like, wait, what did I do wrong? And I'm so, like, so I'm trying to. But that's always wrong. Like you can't chase that tail of of like the
it's impossible.
It's impossible. So like and I know that, but it sucks because like emotionally, like reactively, like reactionarily, like I have that reaction where like my body goes like, wait, what did I do? Why did I not do this enough this week? Like what did I do wrong? Like I was still me. Like that was me. I was like wait, do people like me less? I have to be less me. How do I be less me, Steven? Be more you and make you less me. So it's just
I get it.
So I was gonna say, like, I get that feeling because for me, I kind of try not to be that. Like I don't know, I get hypocritical about it because sometimes I'm like, oh, I should appease the algorithm gods. Let me make more posts, even if it's something I don't necessarily really want to post. Because I guess you just got to post often to get the word out there, get people to see your tweets. But then other times I'm like, just let the work show for itself. Like, why do I have to be posting all the time? Like, if the people want to interact, they'll interact. If they want to see it, they'll see it. Yeah. It's a constant back and forth for me between that.
It's so tough too. Like it really is so tough to post links. Like, because like I feel bad. I really do, and I shouldn't. I should just post as often as I can about what I do. But I feel like I do owe them like me. I'm not just this, but this is a huge part of me. Right. So I'm just trying to get past that part, like I just got to accept the fact that some people are probably going to mute me, but a lot of people aren't even seeing my links, like, because I see it happen with my posts, like posts, like some will catch and some won't.
Yeah, that's what happens to me too, dude. And like my fear is like the ratio situation with like entertainment versus like marketing situation. I guess everything in a sense is marketing us and marketing who we are as people, because we're always like on Twitter, it's like, this is stuff I am, this is who I am, is what I do. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, whatever. Just like everyone, like Edwin was saying. But like, I get afraid that if I only post links, like if I'm like, oh, I need 6 like jokes and then a link, that link becomes like an ad. You know what I mean? Like, and people just mindlessly scroll past ads. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I'm scared of like falling into that trap of like, every time someone sees a link from me, it's just, oh, we don't need that one. And I'm like, crap, how do I get people to engage with the actual work? Because I know, anyone who watches or anyone who likes any of my tweets would like at least some of our show, because like a lot of what our show is stuff that we think about and stuff we joke around about, and like stuff we would post on Twitter, so it's like, if you're liking that, you probably like this, check it out, but it's so hard to get people to hit the subscribe button, like actually take time out of their day to like sit down and watch it. That's why like when we meet people who actually like give the show some time, and like them, like people like you, where it's like you actually enjoy the show and you're a friend, and it's all kind of works together and it's cool. That's my favorite part of the community building, is like when we actually like the things that our friends are making. It's so cool to like share it and like support it and like
to grow in that and just blossom together. Like,
it's a double-edged sword, because you want to do that, so you have that crowd that you really enjoy, that enjoys your product, that interacts with your stuff, and they know what you like and they like it just as much. So that's why you got such a great community. But then you also want to grow that community, get more eyes on your book and stuff. And that's when it kind of becomes marketing, and you're kind of like, oh, it's hard to find the perfect way to do it.
Yeah, man. Like it's like the difference between like doing and being, or it's like sometimes we like, because most of the time we're just being ourselves or just being silly. But then sometimes we're like, crap, we have to actively choose to try to find more people, and it's like, that's weird, to try to be like, because I'm constantly in the state of like thinking about the edit of the show while I'm doing the show, and like, so sometimes I'm thinking like, wait, if someone's watching this for the first time, they don't know who Steven and I are, and they don't know what we've done. I'm like, but we're also on episode 85, so like they have 84 episodes they could look at, but they won't. They'll only see this one, and dang it, I have to tell them who I am as a whole. I'm like, I was born on a Wednesday. It was raining.
We should start the episodes off with like the deep lore of We Have Issues spawns in the ears of
me.
Last time on We Have Issues.
Previously on We
Have
Issues.
You know what we need, dude? Anthony, we need to film a very like OC like last time on this like reality TV.
I'm gonna tell you, you had me at the OC.
Feel the rain on your skin, or sun, not the rain. Well, in our case, it's the rain on our skin. It's not the sun.
Wait. Are you thinking of The Hills?
Oh, it is The Hills.
You're thinking of
the OC also, but no, I know the OC also has that cool guy that we like too, or did like. Yes,
it had Seth Cohen, Adam Brody.
That's exactly what I'm thinking of. Yep.
I mean, that guy was like
I remember
a better lurking version of me in high school. I was just like, I want to be that guy. He's rich, he's good looking, he likes comics, he makes them. I'm all about this.
I wonder how many like coattails you ran off of that, because you like kind of looked like him. You know what I'm saying? People are like, I want to date that guy.
At least half a coattail. I don't know what coattails are, Steven. I'm not rich. Is that a rich?
The coattails that you bought.
My coats could never afford tails. They're mostly hoodies, and they came from Walmart.
You know where we messed up as men is when we decided that like we shouldn't wear wigs anymore. Like I feel like
and makeup, Steven.
Makeup.
We need the makeup, the wigs. We need silly teeth, and we need silly coats. I don't know.
I want like
80s back.
Yep, glam rock is back, but dude. like much cooler. Like. We're awesome. You know, we're cool. We're cool guys, but not like cool guys. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think there was ever like an Irish glam rock band that was Shamrock?
Ooh, maybe that's our new genre. And I'm obviously the front man of that band.
Yeah. I mean, I can't do it.
You know, that he's like just like
the Mad Maddie.
Do the Irish use bagpipes as well? I know that's a Scottish thing, but do the Irish also incorporate the pipes of bag?
At least 5 of them have to, right?
Yeah.
like
there's a few Scots that got mixed up, and they were just like, this is home now.
I mean, there's an Irish wrestler who has bagpipes in his theme, so
there you go. People are just like, yeah, that's what red-faced, white people do. They play bagpipes. That's just their thing.
Oh man. So all right. So let's get a little back on track. Edwin. How long do you have left on the Kickstarter campaign this time?
We got 28 days left. We're only on day 2.
So go check out Edwin's Kickstarter. Dude, it does look awesome. I can't wait. What do you think about coming back on the show toward the end of the campaign for like one last like push, hurrah? Like we'll catch up with you a little bit and see how it's going, like what you went through along the way.
Yeah, let's do it. I'd love to.
Awesome, dude. I'm
always
really excited
for you
because like. Okay, so like before we go or like wrap up or anything, did you do anything different this time than you did your first Kickstarter? Like, are you doing anything to like try to expand it a little, or like are you doing anything different, or are you like nailed it? Like how's it going?
I'm gonna be honest. I am doing one thing different, but I kind of scaled it back because, like I said, I didn't want to promise too much that I wouldn't be able to do because. Like I said, the baby's gonna be here in a month, so by the time I would have to do those things, I probably wouldn't be able to. So I kind of scaled it back a little, but what I tried this campaign was to do what I'm calling like comic book store tiers. So I know, at least on Instagram, I have some followers who run comic book stores. I thought it'd be kind of cool to maybe give them the option to like buy 10, 20 books and just sell them at their store, do whatever, and get the book out even more like that. So that's what we're trying to do.
And honestly, that's really smart. And I think maybe that's something we could probably even include in future Kickstarters for us.
Yeah, we're here just to siphon your ideas.
Discount that. Yeah,
we need all you tell us. No.
Up for grabs, not copyrighted yet. Actually, I don't know if you guys are planning on copywriting your books. I've been in the process. It's like 5 months already, and it's still not gone through. It takes a while.
Yeah, we probably should do that at some point. Like, I know this doesn't really count as a copyright, but we at least have like video evidence and progress work of everything that we're working on in something, it's something to base a claim on if we have to. But yeah, we probably should look into that, huh?
I mean, no concerns. Yeah. Come at me, Fox/Mickey Mouse. But dude, it's awesome. It's been awesome to talk to you. So now that you're like headlong or like you're early in the campaign, you just launched, what are you actually actively doing to like get people interested, like shows like this obviously, but like what other sort of stuff are you doing to try to get attention onto the Kickstarter?
I'm just promoting everywhere: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Reddit, Discord, pretty much anywhere I could think of. Last campaign I did like an Instagram ad. This time I might try that, maybe throw in a Facebook ad. Cool. I don't really know how much traction I actually gets, but it's worth a shot, and just literally telling anybody and everyone.
Yeah, for sure, dude. I mean, I guess casting your net like as wide as you can, like, is always probably the best. What did you happen to notice anything that you did in your first campaign? Like, or do you know where most of your funds came from your first campaign? Like, was it a particular social media site or anything like that?
I think most, if I'm going to be honest, because I didn't do what most people do, where they have a pre-launch page for a long time, or maybe even before that, just like put their work out there for like months. I kind of started almost from scratch. So I will admit most of the funds were friends and families, like maybe 60-40, something like that.
Nice.
So it was kind of like Facebook and just interacting like that. At the time, I was kind of focusing more on Instagram because Twitter, I didn't really have too many followers. Right. But now it seems like, Twitter is where you get in everything. So yeah, focusing more on Twitter lately.
Twitter's really good at meeting people from around the world very swiftly, like spreading your name across all corners of the globe, basically.
Absolutely, dude. Twitter has been like instrumental in like our like success as a whole. You know, like it's been so fantastic. I do want to ask you though, because like we had a difference I noticed in our campaign. So like, first of all, it's amazing. Congratulations on your first campaign being so, successful and your family actually supporting you. That's so cool. Like, it's always so cool when you have like people, because they don't have to, and it's great when they actually show up for you because you can't expect it. But so far, I know it's only day 2 though, so it's really hard to say, but like so far, have you noticed there being like a drop or a lift or an escalation with your family on Facebook? Like, how's that? Are they more interested now, or do they seem to not notice yet?
We're on day 2, so it's kind of hard to tell, but I do see what you're saying. Like, it's now kind of the opposite, and more strangers and friends on Twitter and things like that have supported it than friends and family. I feel like they're probably just waiting to see, like, oh, let's see how well it does before I kind of help out again or something. Because I know a lot of my family just helped to help. Like, I even have some of their books. They didn't end up putting their shipping address, so like I have to give it to them personally. But like, that's how it is. So yeah.
No, I mean, that's great. Like, I mean, the intention is everything. That's phenomenal. And like, same thing happened to us. That's why I asked, because like our first campaign, our aunts and uncles, like a bunch of people like put in, they wanted the book and they're like, all right, we're going to support you or your first book. And our second campaign, it was like fewer people we knew in our real lives. So like Steven's sister, like, like few people that I'm going to throw shade at right now. I have this list in my pocket.
But the opposite throwing shade, I got to throw some light, energy. Uncle Chris coming through with like,
so Steven's Uncle Chris. Okay. So our goal, like our game right now, my game, I'll tell you, is I want to always be successful without Steven's Uncle Chris.
Yeah, that's my goal. That's what,
like,
we have to outpace whatever he does. It's basically like,
first of all,
he's so amazing.
Thank you, and I love you to Steven's Uncle Chris. I don't believe I've ever actually met him.
He's like the sweetest man in the entire world. He really is.
So Steven's Uncle Chris has dropped like serious Scrooge McDuck bucks on both of our campaigns. Like early on, just like showered, and I didn't know this was a thing. I was like, Steven, do you know this person who loves us both? Like what? Like, yes, he loves me, and I was like, oh, now I need people to love me as well. But like my fear with that kind of thing is like, although like I'm sure like he is wonderful and Steven knows him, and like maybe he will support us forever, but like it still feels like cheating to have that, like if it helps you to a certain extent. So I was like, in both cases I was like, I need to know that we could have done it without him, so I was like, and we did. In both cases we did. In both cases we like way overshot, and I was like, yes, didn't need you, Chris, still love you, can't believe you're such a good guy, but like, haha, take that.
And I get to it. I get what you're saying too, because it's such an amazing thing, and it gives us the boost that we need to be able to easily do things. But you also like fear that your validity is at question. Like, am I a comic book writer? Am I a comic book artist? Or am I just
you want to know that you can do it on your own.
But
I want to know that
it's still wonderful
there, that people actually are interested, and that the book is selling based on a merit and not based on the fact that Steven's uncle loves me specifically.
But Chris, don't go as far as Shaquille O'Neal does. Like, he's not giving his kids anything. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's like, you earn it.
No, I told Steven last time that Steven and I have talked about this. We're like, I'm gonna continue to just put higher and higher like tiers on our comic, and I'm just gonna see. Like, good luck, Chris. Good luck, Uncle Chris. Like,
it's gonna eventually be called the
Uncle Chris tier.
Chris tier.
Dude, I'm not even kidding. I will 100% do that on our next campaign. You watch. You heed my words. You heed my words. There will be.
It'll be even funnier if someone beats him to it.
Sorry, I'm Uncle Chris now.
Almost uses his identity, makes like a whole Twitter profile and everything.
Oh man.
Oh man, that's amazing. So Edwin, every week we kind of end with like talking about what we're gonna do this week. So like, what are you gonna do this week?
I'm gonna see if I can finish writing issue 3. Gonna continue promoting the campaign for issue 2. And I've kind of been putting the motion comic project I've had on the back burner, but I'm gonna try and reach out to my voice actors and get that going as well. Trying to do as much as I can for the baby.
Oh yeah, dude, of course. Steven, what are you doing this week?
I gotta start working on page 17. So I'll have page 17 done by next Monday. Yeah, we're filming late this week.
Yeah. Oh my god. But dude, I'm gonna color. I'm gonna color one page, and I'm also going to. I have to finish cleaning my room, guys. I know that's not a comic book related thing, but like I've let my life slip away.
Dude. I hope I don't even know if I'll be able to show you, but like it looks relatively good, right?
Oh, it's great.
But like, see this? Those are blankets just covering piles of like our comics, our shipping materials, because I don't even know where to put this stuff anymore. Like my man cave has just got too many personalities in it, and I just don't know. It's like guitar wall, Zelda wall. It's just too much. I just got to figure out some sort of organization.
Yeah, dude. So like I've been spending a lot of time over my girlfriend's house, and we're like, over there just like with the kids and doing stuff. And then when I come home, I'm trying to color. So I, and like color and go on like Twitter and like market stuff and, do all that stuff and edit, of course. So I've just been like slowly letting my room go. And like, I noticed, like, I like look around, I'm like, oh no, what is happening? Like, it's all like coming into focus. And I'm just like, oh, so I've been like, seriously, it's like, it's encroaching. So I'm like, I'm going to clean up my life and like get back in order, but I'm definitely going to color at least one page. I'm going to edit this podcast. And I really want to, I'm going to finish outlining issue 2 is what I want to do.
Awesome.
Like, yeah, that's what I'm going to do this week. Because I'm ready to like jump into issue 2 and get it going. Because Steven's almost done with these pages, and I can't freaking wait. Edwin, where can the people find you, and what do you want them to know about you, and all that stuff?
You can find me at Twitter. Let's see if I don't confuse these. I sometimes confuse these. I believe my Twitter is Lost Between World 1, and my Instagram is Lost_Between_Worlds. And my Facebook is Lost Between Worlds book series. And you can find me on any of those places. I also have my own website, lostbetweenworldscomics.com. And any of there.
Awesome. Dude, thank you.
Find me at your local Florida con maybe too.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope we get to do another con together soon. We have to talk about that on Twitter. We'll figure it all out. We'll plan it out, because like that was so much fun. I would love to like get together with you guys again. I mean, I know you're gonna have the baby coming soon, so it's gonna be tough to. The
one we went to, I think they're doing another one in November, something like that. Maybe we'll see.
Did we sign up for SpaceCon yet? Or no?
No, I have to do that. I forgot about that.
Yes.
Okay,
I'll do that.
I'll do that.
We should probably do that, right?
Yeah.
Or should we just wait for the November one?
No,
I don't know.
Do both, Steven. Let's do both.
I'm down to do both.
All cons, all the time. We're pro con, Steven. We're pro con.
Way to be.
Sock on.
So, okay. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for listening. If you're only listening on one of the various podcasting apps, thank you. We love you. We love you.
Thank you, JD. We just want to give the JD shout out.
Yeah. But thank you all. You're all so amazing. Please go check out Edwin's book. It really is fantastic. I know for a fact it's going to make it, but it will especially make it if you go and help. We need you. We need you. If you made it this far in the episode, you're going to go help, right? Like, you love us. We love you. Like, we're all family here. Like, you're going to get an ostrich.
We need Alyssa Milano being like, with just these 2 quarters. Like,
Go check it out. You don't want me to continue to post like over and over and over on Twitter like I did with the other buddy. Like, you don't want that. No one wants that. You want my silly bad dad jokes. You want Steven to post his awesome Pokemon stuff. You don't want us just to post links over and over. So go do the thing. Go do the thing. But anyway, thank you all. Thank you all so much. We love you. Edwin, you're amazing. Thank you for joining us. Steven, I love you.
Love you too, Anthony.
Yeah, all right, guys. This has been great. I can't wait to talk to you again. We'll plan it for the end of the Kickstarter.
Yeah, man, let's do it. I'm down. Later for me and Gwen.
Thank you all again. This has been episode 85 of We Have Issues. I'm Anthony.
And I'm Stevie Wildcard.
And we'll see you next time.
There's a few hours left for the early bird discount if anyone wants to get in on that. Actually, wait, I think by the time this comes out, it'll be done. So never mind.
It's tomorrow. So when does the early bird discount come out?
I think it ends at like 12 tomorrow in the afternoon.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So, but still,
as you're watching this, you will no longer get it.
You are no longer the early bird. I apologize.
You got there earlier.
The worm is still there. I mean, I shouldn't point down when I say the worm is still there. That's not what a thing. That's not. I mean, that's a thing. Stop it. Okay.
Are you ready, Latin?